If I had to start a video editing agency in 2026 with 0 clients, no fancy portfolio, and no big reputation, here's exactly how I do it. Because let's be honest, being a freelance editor is brutal. 1 month you're busy, next month you're panicking about bills, and I've been there, stuck chasing lowball gigs, working crazy hours for pocket change. But there's a better way, a way to build a business, not just surviving gig to gig. In this video, I'm going to give you the roadmap, how to land your first client, build a portfolio from scratch, create offers that actually sell, and then scale into something predictable. So stick with me, because if you put these steps into action, this could be the year you finally turn editing into a sustainable business. So step 1, you've got to nail that niche. Now, most beginner editors, same as videographers as well, they all try to be everything to everyone. You say yes to weddings, YouTube edits, podcast highlights, TikTok reels, commercials, and it feels smart because you think, well, the more that I say yes, the more chance I have. But the truth is, it's the fastest way to stay broke and stay overwhelmed. You literally limit your own ability to grow. When you're just another editor, you're competing with thousands of people charging peanuts on Fiverr. But when you niche down, you instantly stand out as the go-to choice. So ask yourself, do I want to focus on YouTubers who need consistent editing every week? Or do I want to work with coaches and course creators who need sales-driven video ads? Do I want to serve small businesses who already film on their phones but desperately need someone to edit their content into something that's polished and looks good? So pick something that resonates with you, plant your flag, because the second you specialize, clients see you as the go-to expert for their exact need. For example, how would you feel if I came to you as a fitness coach and said, I help fitness coaches turn raw iPhone clips into high-converting reels that attract new clients? That's 100 times stronger than I'm an editor who edits all kinds of stuff, right? I'm actually solving a pain point for them, which makes me the obvious choice. And this is what we call perceived value. And perceived value is actually how much someone thinks you're worth. So this is where being a specialist in a niche enables you to unlock greater rates and bigger rates because they perceive your value to be so much higher because you can solve their exact problem that they're facing right now. Rather than being a generalist and, hey, I've been there, you end up having lots of conversations with clients about price and, I know someone who could do it for this price, etc. Whereas the second we started to specialize in niche, that's when our numbers grew. Now, some of you will already have completed step 2. You'll have a portfolio, but maybe you just need to specialize it a little bit more. But there will be some of you who have a dream of becoming a video editor or running an agency and just have no idea where to start and don't currently have any paying clients. So for you, here's the secret. You don't need permission to create proof that you're good for the job. If you're targeting YouTubers, take a popular video, re-edit it with better pacing, captions and hooks, and boom, your portfolio piece, right? If you're going after real estate agents, grab free stock footage of houses and make a really good 60-second listing reel and brand it as if it was for a real business. The point isn't whether it was a paid gig. The point is, does it show what you can do for that niche? And therefore, is it going to resonate? So my advice here would be for anyone who's thinking about niching into a market is to build 2 or 3 polished examples that are like real client work. This isn't about volume, it's about relevance. And this is why show reels are so dated, because they speak on a general scale. Look at all of this type of stuff I can do. Whereas actually, I solved this problem for this person, look. Because when a potential client lands on your site, if they see your portfolio or your PDF, they don't care if it was paid or not. They just want to know, can this person deliver exactly what I want? Now look, you're an editor or wannabe editor, right? You're not a salesperson. And this is where 99% of editors fail. They wait for clients to magically find them. And that's not a business plan. That's just wishful thinking. So instead, you need some simple outreach funnels. And here's how it works. And it doesn't need to be complicated. You just need to be committed to making sure people know you exist. So right at the top, first thing to do, find leads in your niche. So YouTubers, coaches, realtors, whoever that you've chosen. Then you're going to reach out to them with value, not sleazy sales, just value. So send them a short DM or an email that's personalized. So something like, hey Sarah, I noticed your channel's growing fast, but some videos could really pop with tighter editing and captions. I'd love to put together a sample edit for free so that you can see the impact. I'm going to be honest with you, I get inundated with these messages all the time. And this is where sales does turn into a numbers game. But remember, with every no, you're one step closer to getting that sale. One of my favorite quotes from all time is, if I told you you're going to get £1 million contract on the 5th no, how quick would you be to get a no straight away? You'd want to get that no really quick. And then as soon as you hang up the phone, you'd be like, okay, tell me no. I want to hear no so that I can get to that sale. That's how it works in a sales environment. And hey, even personally, I've gone through editors in the past, and it's not because other people have emailed me that I haven't connected with. It's just this person emailed me at a time where I was either considering moving or needed to move direction or looking for an editor. And doing quick free sample edits or showing proof of your portfolio with case studies is just a really impactful way to get a yes a lot quicker and separate you from the crowd. Now, ordinarily, this is where it gets messy, and when you get messy, you miss opportunities. When you miss opportunities, it's hard to grow a business. So the next stage of the funnel is to capture responses. So use Google Sheets or a CRM just to track who you've outreached to and just keep it really simple. And then if they don't reply or you don't hear from them, follow up. Follow up is the next stage of the funnel, and this is key because most clients don't say yes on the first try, they say yes on the 5th or 6th follow-up, which means if you don't have a system, you're literally leaving money on the table. Now, to give you a couple of pro tips here, you don't need to be pushy, you just need to stay present. Each follow-up is a gentle reminder, hey, I can solve this problem for you. Hey, here's some value, here's a case study. Hey, have you thought about this? You know, it's not a constant sales pitch, but do this consistently and I promise you will book clients. And my second pro tip is if you want to do all of this with ease, keep track of all your clients and automate this so you could be on holiday and it's following up the clients for you, then I would definitely take a look at Go High Level. We moved our business over to Go High Level recently. It's a fantastic CRM system where we can automate emails and also manage social media channels, landing pages, websites. Go take a look. I'll leave a link in the description below. And because you're watching my video, they've given you an extended trial to 30 days for free. So you've literally got no risk. Go check it out, see if it's the right thing for you, and then you can automate this process with ease. So step 4, monetization and offers. So let's talk money. Too many editors think the only way to earn is one-off projects, but that just keeps you in this feast and famine cycle where some months are busy and some months aren't. And when they're not and you're struggling to pay bills, that can be really scary. So we want to build out as much stability and predictability inside your business as possible because when you've got those two things, it's easier to grow. So instead of thinking of one-off projects, think of it in terms of offers, packages, and recurring revenue. So an example model might be an unlimited editing subscription. Now you might think that's crazy, but I actually know businesses who do this. I think it's extremely compelling. So clients pay a flat monthly fee for a set number of edits. Or you could do content packs. So you get 8 reels per month for $800 or something like that. You could do YouTube management, so weekly edits, thumbnails, and posting, bundled all into one monthly price. So here's the shift. You're not selling hours of editing. This is how long it's going to take me to do this thing. You're selling the outcomes. A YouTuber doesn't want editing, they want growth. A coach doesn't want video ads, they want clients. And when you sell outcomes, you can charge more and attract better clients that actually scale your business. Which leads really nicely into step 5, which is to scale smarter. Once you've landed some clients and you've built some consistent income, here are the steps you're going to want to scale your business to that next level. So first of all, it's about refining your offer. So keeping what works, dropping what doesn't. And that's a really good principle for growing any business. And I've been told this by mentors in the past. Ross, is it working? If it is, carry on doing it. If it doesn't, drop it. You'll be surprised how many things inside your business, the day-to-day running, you end up doing that actually aren't benefiting it in any way. You just find yourself doing it. So if it works, keep it. If it doesn't, drop it. And that does only come through time. So allow yourself the space to fail badly, fail quickly, try these things, implement some things, test it, and then work out what you're going to keep. Then you're going to get to a stage of scaling where you need to outsource those repetitive tasks because they're going to be taking up a lot of your time. I refer to them as like $10 tasks, things that you can easily outsource to someone else that you don't need to be doing. You should be focused on growing your business and delivering exceptional content. They're your $100 and $1,000 tasks. They're the things you should be focused on to move your business forward, not little things. So you might want to consider even hiring a junior editor for quite simple reels or getting the timeline effectively 80% done, so you come in and finish it off. Or you could hire like a virtual assistant, so you're not always stuck in the weeds of the running of your business, sending out invoices or chasing clients. And outsourcing doesn't always have to be people. Like I've mentioned before with Go High Level, you can automate a lot of these tasks. You can schedule your social media for like 3 months in advance, so you can utilize online tools to help grow your business and allow you the time to scale much faster. And this flows through to expanding, but strategically, right? So we're not just expanding in all areas, we're expanding strategically in one direction. And a really great way to do this is to add complementary services. So like maybe captions, motion graphics, or even partner with a videographer to upsell full service packages. But this is really, really important. Don't try to automate things too early. You really want to do it the hard way first to learn about what actually works. So if it's broke, you know how to fix it. Then you systemize it. I put my hands up, I'm guilty of this. I sometimes step in too quickly to try and optimize things inside the business, but we haven't really learned if it's worked or not. Then it breaks down or doesn't work, and we don't really know why. So sometimes you do just have to do things the hard way, and you're going to learn and grow so much quicker in the long run. See it like a slingshot approach, right? So we're holding ourselves back to do it the hard way, and ultimately once we get going, let go of that slingshot, we fire into the future. Scaling is about leverage, so freeing up your time to work on the business and not in the business. There's a massive difference there. So there you have it. That is the roadmap to starting and growing a video editing agency from scratch in 2026. But here's the real fundamental truth. Watching this video is a great first step, no doubt about it. But actually putting it into practice, that's where most people get stuck, because you have unique challenges that are going to face you on your journey with your niche and in your own business. And that's why I want to invite you into the Perspective Academy. It's not just a course, it's a personal mentorship program. It's a community of creatives building sustainable businesses together who share the same mindset of collaboration over competition. Whether you're looking to land your first paying client or you're looking to provide more predictability and scalability in your business through the use of retainer models like our unique RCP system. We are a team of creative entrepreneurs who want to see you succeed to that next level and be our next success story. We've had members go from literally zero, starting at the very beginning, to scaling to 10K months in less than 90 days. We've had members breaking through their first 100K a year, and we've even had people celebrating the success from their first paid gig. Inside the Academy, you'll have access to our step-by-step training videos, our sales scripts, our bi-weekly group calls and community support so that you're not doing this alone, and you can navigate that long road of trial and error. Whether you're an editor, a videographer, or a creative freelancer, the principles we teach apply to you. And right now, for the first 20 people who join from this video, will get a lifetime discount. The link's in the description, so go and check it out if you're serious about building this into something predictable, profitable, and long-term. Click the link, join us inside, and let's build this together. Because your editing skills are already valuable, but now it's time to turn it into a business that actually works.